All right, today we're going to talk about 12/8. The last video we did was in 4/4, so we will tie into that, kind of recap a little bit, and then build on that. So remember 4/4, 4 beats per measure. Quarter note gets the beat. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we break that down, subdivide it, remember a quarter is made of 2/8 notes. So we're taking the beat and dividing it equally in 2. So now we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. When we talk about 12/8, we have 12/8 notes per measure. What gets the primary beat is the dotted quarter note. So here we have a quarter note, here we have a dotted quarter note. But notice there are 4 of them. So we have 4 primary beats in 12/8. Dotted quarter gets the beat. So what is a dot? Anytime you see a dot after any note, it increases that note's value by 1/2. So a quarter is made up of 1 beat. Cut 1 in half, you get half a beat. So 1.5 beats is a dotted quarter note. Dotted quarter note is made up of 3/8 notes. So we have our primary beat, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, our primary beat. But now, instead of feeling this in 2, we're going to feel this and subdivide it in 3 equally. So we're placing 3 subdivisions in the same space where before we were subdividing in 2 equally. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are your 12/8 notes. There you have your 4 primary beats. So the subdivision would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. People count this differently. I tend to count it with my primary beat, so I'm still counting 4, but what I'm counting is 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. If you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 7 and 11 have 2 syllables, so I don't know, that might be a little too nerdy, but I like to keep everything just really, really clean and not be saying those extra syllables or thinking them. And I know exactly where I am in the beat, in the primary beat relating to a piece of music. You can also count this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and understanding the similarity between the two, between 4/4 and 12/8 is important. You have 4 primary downbeats per measure. Here you're subdividing in 2, here you're subdividing in 3. And this is a skill that's really, really important to have as a musician. We all have our own, biochemistry and our own sense of time and rhythm and kind of our own internal clocks, and it's really important that we work on this aside from our physical playing. But it's important to work on this to work with that time and that sense of rhythm, because when you get together to play in a band or play with your friends, you have to make an agreement on what the tempo is and how to relate to that together, how to come together with that. That's what this is. And it's an important skill set to have as a musician, to be able to hear a piece of music and identify, hey, is this in 4/4 or is this in 12/8? Is this a waltz? Like 6/8? Is this in 3/4? So to be able to identify and pick up on quickly what's going on is important. And this isn't just true with music. When you work on this and you start to apply this to other parts of your life, like maybe a sport, you start to see how this stuff plays out maybe in a golf swing or maybe on a quarterback with their offensive line, and figuring out how they come together with a sense of rhythm and timing. So this stuff plays out everywhere, even shooting a firearm or you'll see this, how this relates to everything. The sense of timing, the sense of rhythm, and the underpinnings of all of it. So this is really important to work on. For right now, keep it steady, keep it even, work with a metronome, because like I said, we all have our own sense of internal rhythm, and we can drift pretty easily. So by sitting there with a metronome or something that is, clicking consistently, you can get an app on your phone, you can buy kind of more of an old school metronome, but work with a metronome, work with something that's going to keep you honest and help you work with your own sense of time, so that you can start to relate to music better and understand music more effectively. So that's 12/8. Here you're dividing the beat equally in 2. Here you're dividing the beat equally in 3. Still 4 primary beats per measure. We're just subdividing it a little differently. So yeah, I think that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. Shane at greenhillsguitarstudio.com. And then in the next video, we're going to talk about some strum patterns. I'll demonstrate these. I think it's 3 different strum patterns from our time signatures and strum patterns sheet that I use with my students in lessons for open position chords and working on chord progressions and timing, and then learning songs ultimately. So, okay, have fun. And I'll catch you next time. Thanks.